This video is brought to you by SeatGeek. SeatGeek goes and finds tickets from all across the web and conveniently puts them into one app, making buying simple. They also rate these tickets from 1 to 100, with the higher the number, the better the deal. Plus, I'm looking out for you. $20 off your first purchase when you use my promo code KTO at checkout. Shout out to my sponsor SeatGeek. Now, let's dive into this video. The Cleveland Browns have been the laughingstock of American sports. Last year was certainly the cherry on top. But this year brings something new. That is an inside look at the Browns organization done by the HBO show Hard Knocks. Interesting how a show called Hard Knocks took this long to reach the Browns, a team who represents the phrase better than any other organization. The first episode aired Tuesday, August 7th. But before we talk about that, let me tell you about the most interesting team in the NFL. The Browns, for the most part, have been unwatchable for nearly 20 years. The last time they even made the playoffs was January 2003. Even though the 2018 roster has its issues, the talent level alone may be the best the expansion Browns have ever had. So let me lay out the obvious points first. Josh Gordon is must-watch TV, and he'll be back. Number 2, after multiple injuries and underwhelming play, Corey Coleman is gone, and in steps Antonio Callaway. Even with major off-the-field issues in college, his incredible talent could not be overlooked by the GM John Dorsey. After he got into some trouble literally hours after the Coleman trade, he went and balled out in their first preseason game.
Whips it downfield, and did he get his feet in? What a throw by Mayfield with a bullet. Callaway in the open, and the touchdown.
Number 3. Let's top that off with Jarvis Landry. He led the league in catches last year and is bringing an attitude to Cleveland that has the whole town buzzing. Add freak tight end David Njoku, who can make any catch, and Duke Johnson, one of the league's best receiving running backs. You have an offense that can move the ball down the field in a hurry. Number 4, pick your poison. The guy who doesn't turn the ball over, or the most efficient quarterback in college football history. Both look great in their first preseason game. I'm not exactly the first person to come up with this idea that the Browns are the new exotic team to watch. Analysts know it, media knows it, and fans know it. This team has every ingredient to be fun to watch, which is something that this organization has seriously lacked in the past. Everyone can make their jokes about Hugh Jackson and his one win in 2 years, but let me tell you this, I have watched every single one of those 32 games. If you think that most of those losses were his fault, Hugh clearly didn't watch. Sure, there's been moments, but his record does not accurately represent how good he can coach. When he took over the team as head coach, the front office gave the entire team away. Every veteran was shipped out, Joe Thomas got hurt, he's had to use about 1,000 different quarterbacks. I know it's a win or losses league, but this dude hasn't even had a chance yet with the real team. Plus, I haven't even talked about Myles Garrett, Denzel Ward, or this aggressive style defense. That's more of a bonus, and why you just need to watch this team. Now, let me say this. Big Ben is old. His clock is about to strike midnight. Cincinnati. Andy Dalton is not the guy, and until that changes, have fun being a first-round pushover at best. Baltimore, you're decent, but your fans want Joe Flacco out. Although I think he's overrated, that's a pretty risky move to get rid of him because if Lamar Jackson doesn't live up to the hype that he's been getting from the fan base, see you later, John Harbaugh. The AFC North is opening itself up to a new reign of terror, a force to be reckoned with. The Browns have their best roster since the expansion team was created. Don't be surprised when Cleveland is a consistent playoff team for years to come, and a serious Super Bowl contender. Okay, I'm gonna come back down to earth a little bit. It's only been one preseason game, but still, I'm excited. It's now time to break down the first episode of Hard Knocks. It's on YouTube, by the way, so if you haven't got a chance to watch or you can't see the rest of the episodes, it's still worth watching. After going 1-31 in his first 2 seasons in Cleveland, Hugh Jackson still has a job as head coach. This is something that has Browns fans torn. He promised that if he didn't do better his second season that he would jump into Lake Erie, and he followed through. This was nicknamed The Cleanse, and hopefully the start to major change. The next scene has the Browns front office stuck in a rut when Josh Gordon says he won't be attending minicamp. Hugh Jackson and the coaches are forced to just deal with it, which is not a good look for them. It seems that Josh Gordon has all the power because of his talent. I would love to see him on the field for Cleveland, sure, but the organization and every fan has been patiently waiting for years now. The Browns implemented a mindset where you have to earn your stripes, Literally. This has been hit with mixed opinions. To me, this is a bit corny, but if it gets everyone to work hard, I'm a fan of it. The apparent fourth string quarterback, Brogan Roback, his only job seems to be keeping the RV's fridge filled up. Oh yeah, the quarterbacks are staying in this RV for the entire camp. It was Baker's idea. To look at the most positive aspect of episode 1, Jarvis Landry was the star of the show. He made some nasty plays in practice and looks to be everything the Browns were hoping for. If you don't watch the episode, go watch his speech. But the most important scene in the entire show came down to this coach's meeting. It involved the coaches talking about whether or not players should be stepping up and playing in practice or sitting out. Hugh takes this stance.
I used to sit in the same chair as you guys sat in, and I used to feel the same way. I just want to kill them, okay? Until all of a sudden, I sat in this chair, and then they're not there. And you don't get them to practice. And you can't get them through, and then you don't have them for 3 weeks.
Todd Haley, who is a former head coach, you can just tell that he was not having it. This does not look good. This has me very worried moving forward. The episode ends with Hugh dealing with the loss of his brother and mother within weeks of each other. This is a tough burden to bear, and can he handle that and being the head coach of the Browns? Only time will tell. The episode was mostly an introduction to the team. The next episode will be out Tuesday, and I'm looking to start reviewing each episode moving forward. Will the Browns be a surprise team in 2018? We will find out in a few short weeks.
First down play, throws it down the left side and completes it over Janoris Jenkins. What a catch made by Jarvis Landry. At a lost second, Giants send a blitz.